Good morning, good morning, good morning, alumni family. I'm Derek Patterson. I'm the president of the National OAA Adventist Academy Alumni Association. And we just want to welcome you to the first of our new monthly town hall meetings, where we wanted to just come on for a few minutes and give you some information and give you some updates as far as the Alumni Association is concerned, our activities and our campaigns and those kinds of things. So we want to welcome you all that are watching with us live, either on our Facebook channel or on our YouTube channel. And so we want to say good morning to you all. And we also want to welcome those who will probably, those of you that may not be able to catch this live stream, but will be watching the replay, which will be posted on both YouTube and on Facebook immediately after we do this. As we begin today, we would like to send our thoughts and prayers to the families of members of alumni who have lost loved ones this year. We've had several alumni who we've lost, and we want to send our prayers and our thoughts to their families, and we also want to send our thoughts and prayers to alumni who have lost family members in this past year. I know this whole situation has been tough, and we want to know that we're thinking about you and we are praying for you. And also we hope and pray that each of you in our alumni family, that you all are safe and that you all are in good health, and that your families and loved ones are also safe and good health in this current COVID environment that we're in. So we just want to take some time, not a lot of time. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I just wanted to come and bring some information to you to kind of give you an insight into, what's actually going on with our Alumni Association. We try to keep up presence on all of our social media platforms. We may not have anything major going on at this time, but we want you to know that we are really working hard behind the scenes, and we're going to kind of share some things with you as we go forward. So I'm going to present some information here that you all can follow along with us. Let's see, it's technology. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, so we just want to, if you weren't familiar with our current board of directors, we have posted, listed here all of our officers, myself, and our Executive Vice President, Robert Lang, our Executive Secretary, Karen Moore, our Interim Treasurer, Gregory Peters, our Communications Director, Tracy Preston, and Interim Parliamentarian, H.R. Grove. Those are either elected and or appointed officers. And then on this side, we have our alumni reps. Generally, we have 8. For right now, we have Jeanette Doolin and Tara Anderson and Joel Williams and Marcia Hicks. And very soon we're going to be looking to fill 4 additional slots. And so if you are interested in serving as an alumni rep, just let us know, and we're going to be forwarding some information to you along those lines. So we're going to kind of talk about, kind of briefly, we're going to be looking at 2 major areas. One has to do with finances. The other will be dealing with engagement. And one of the things that when I took over the Alumni Association almost 2 years ago, one of the things that we wanted to do was to make sure that we were being as transparent as possible with our with all of our activities. And so we just want to kind of share this information so you know what's going on and how we're operating. So we're going to look at talk about our finances and things that we're doing, so to speak, as it relates to that. And so what we've done is, as this particular term begins to come to a close, what we want to do is, going forward, we want to make sure that we had processes and procedures in place for the next term and for all the terms that would come after. And so we got together and we decided that we wanted to develop a budget, an official budget, an official budget. Yeah, we'll just keep it at that. And so what we did was we, as you see here on the screen, we just split that budget into 2 parts. Most people are familiar. We have our unrestricted funds and our restricted funds. And so when we talk about our unrestricted, that basically are funds that we're able to use for whatever purposes we deem necessary. And then on this side, we have our restricted funds, and these will be the funds that will go towards these specific things here. So if alumni donate money and they designate one of these 3 areas, that money can only be used for one of these 3 areas. If somebody just gives some funds and they don't designate a particular fund for it to go to, then those funds will automatically, undesignated funds will automatically go into the unrestricted pot. But if you check off on one of those boxes and you say, I want it to go to scholarships, or I want it to go to the athletic club, or I want it to go to the OAA Finish Line Fund, then those funds can only be used for those 3 areas. And so when we look at our unrestricted, on the unrestricted side, we have our general fund, and that includes a President's Discretionary Fund, which is basically petty cash for the president to be able to do some things. Then we have our operational expenses, and we have those funds, and also we have our activities and programs, and those are our main activities and programs specifically revolve around alumni weekends and any outreach activities that we hopefully, once we get out of this COVID environment, that we plan to put on. On the restricted side, we have designated a scholarship fund, an athletic club fund, and an Oakwood Adventist Academy Finish Line Fund. And so in the scholarship fund, monies that are donated here are going to go specifically to registration assistance awards. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. And they'll also go towards, in the near future, partial, and then later on, full scholarships. And so that's one of the things that we're looking to build on. When we talk about, if you donate to the athletic club, one of the things we want to kind of plug a commercial for the Oakwood Adventist Academy Athletic Department. This will well, I think in November, December, we had a meeting with the athletic department. They have a new athletic director and coach, and he and his assistant presented us their vision for the future as far as Oakwood Adventist Academy athletics is concerned, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Hopefully, in the near future, they'll be sharing it. They've been sharing it, and hopefully, I'll be sharing more information about the athletic department with you all. They're looking at making some improvements to the athletic department. They're looking at making some improvements to the gym, to the athletic complex itself. They're talking about buying these big screen video screens that they will put on either side of the gym, that you'll be able to see the action not only live, but you'll be able to see the action on the screens. And there's going to be a new a 10-foot scores table, state-of-the-art scores table. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And they're talking about doing some minor renovations to the gym to create a concession area, because basically most athletic departments, and this is just a plug, I'm not giving their ideas out there, speaking for them per se, but I'm just sharing some of the information that they shared with us. A concession area, because the concession areas are a major way for athletic departments to raise money at games. And so they're looking to do, and they had a very I had a goal. I think they had a goal of $20,000, if I'm not mistaken. And so they were going to all their various constituents, getting pledges. And to date, they have either received all of the pledges, or they've received pledges, or they've actually received the money from the pledges. And if my memory serves me correct, they have even gone beyond the $20,000 goal that they had put forward. And so there's some exciting things going on with the athletic program. And so if alumni want to continue that progress and help out in that sense, then you have a place where you can designate your gifts. And then finally, we have this on the restricted fund side. We have what we call an Oakwood Adventist Academy Finish Line Fund, and this is for if our school is in need of specific things like technology or equipment or furniture, and we're in a position to be able to help them. And so if you want to donate money towards, if alumni want to donate money towards this fund, then they're able to do that also. And so this, for the most part, is kind of the framework, the financial framework, the budgetary framework that we plan on using moving forward as we go into the 2021 to 2024 term. We also want to share with you our expenses. And our expenses are pretty few. They total about $419 a year. We have expenses that are related to our website, and we pay for that annually. We have our domain, the oaaalumni.org. We own that, and we pay $19 for that annually. We also have a PO box that we rent, and that's $50 annually. And the only monthly expense that we have at this point is our web streaming platform, which is StreamYard, which we're using right now to do this live informational town hall on both Facebook and on our YouTube channel. And that's $25 a month. And so that, like I said, that's the only expense that we have that's monthly. So down here you see it says 419. So for the year, this is our in real time and anticipated. This might change a little bit going forward into the 2021 to 2024. Because one of the things we're trying to do in this is to be able to engage our alumni in every single way that we can. And one of the specific giving platform that we use for our to receive our donations, they have a new function that we're going to look to use, and it's called text to give. All right. And so it's already built into the giving platform that we already utilize. And so that's going to be one of the other options that we're using. And so that is about $19 a month. And so we anticipate that our total expenses at this time will go up from the $419 that it says here to probably about $440. All right, so that's just 19 extra dollars. But these are our current expenses. As far as donations are concerned, in the first and second quarters of 2020, we raised a total of $175, and we definitely understand that that wasn't feasible. All right, so we're going to be looking at trying, and so we're going to be stepping up, and we have been, but we're going to be, now that we have access to these new platforms, we're going to be stepping up our giving campaign, which we're going to talk about and share with you in a little bit. First and second quarters, $175. Third and fourth quarters, we had our best. We did our best fundraising, and the third and fourth quarter of 2020, we raised $8,375, and so in total, for the year of 2020, we raised literally $8,500, and we are so grateful for those individuals that were able to provide those funds for us. And so when we talk about what we're actually doing with the monies that we receive, in the fall of 2020, we were able to raise $1,200, and I have to brag, it was via my class, specifically the class of 1992. We were able to, in partnership with the class of 1992, my graduating class, to raise $1,200, and we had made a pledge to raise the funds to purchase the hospital bed, the new hospital bed or medical bed that they needed for the new academy building. And so so we were able to raise that money, and we were able to give that money to the academy. The other donation that we've made was in December. We made a donation to the Oakwood Adventist Academy Athletic Department of $3,000 to purchase, as I mentioned before, a 10-foot state-of-the-art scorer's table. And so this particular, and I wish I had a picture of it, but this particular model is state-of-the-art. It's going to bring our athletic department up alongside some of the other athletic departments around our area. And it's a way to advertise the Alumni Association, because our emblem will be prominent on the scorer's table digitally. If I'm not mistaken, it'll be digitally. And so we're excited about that. We're excited about being a part of all of the new and the changes and improvements that are going on at Oakwood Adventist Academy. We talk about switching gears here, and we talk about finances. What we do, the things that the Alumni Association is able to do, we are only able to do it through the gifts of alumni and its supporters. All right, we're not a business, we're not generating income, and so all that we do is based on your generosity and your gifts. All right, and so for 2020, we have two campaigns that we would like to kind of highlight, and you will be seeing it. We're going to be hitting these campaigns pretty hard. And one of the things that we've talked about recently is that the fact that we need to have, we need our alumni to give monthly. One of the things, and the reason why we're we're highlighting a monthly giving campaign is that what we don't want to do is have to come to you every time there is a need for something. And every time there's a need for something big, or there's some kind of need to fulfill some kind of, we just, we don't want to have to keep begging. We don't want to beg. We don't come and ask every couple of days for something. And what we want to do is we want to create a program where alumni can give on a monthly basis, where it's automatically, you give automatically, where you don't have to worry about paying it, because your contribution, your gift, it just comes automatically. And so therefore it gives us better financial footing in terms of, we have every month, we have a specific amount of money that's coming in on a consistent basis. And we're not talking about, if you have $1 million, if you're an Oakwood Adventist Academy alumnus and you have $1 million and you like to give us, we solicit that. But we're talking about getting, we're talking about giving campaign that allows people to give whatever you can. And there are different designations. And so we have it all the way down to even $3. And so if you want to contribute $3 a month to the Alumni Association, you can. You can give 5, you can give 10, 15, 20, 25, and we can go all the way up. However, whatever specific amount you want to give. We just want people to get into the we just want everybody, our alumni, to get into the practice of just giving. And so that way, that makes it a lot easier for us and the things that we're trying to achieve on behalf of Oakwood Adventist Academy. And so, I've even challenged myself, and I've even challenged our board of directors. Like, one of the stipulations of being part of the board of directors is that we too have to demonstrate, and we too, as an alumni association, need to demonstrate what we're asking our alumni to do. And so I've challenged each of our elected and appointed officials. I've challenged each of our alumni reps to also pray about it, think about it, and decide what's best for them, and to also get on a Giving Monthly program. I've prayed about it, and I'm going to, and I don't want to say, hey, I'm just going to get out here and just, listen, I'm not a millionaire. I'm a poor teacher, but I have pledged that this year I will donate $25 a month to the Alumni Association. And so that's my challenge. That's my pledge. And I challenge each of you to decide what's the best amount for you, and pray about it, and to also give. And as you see here, we are set up to be able to take a monthly donation. There are individuals, so you can send by mail if you want to send your donation, cash, check, or money order. You can send it to the National OAA Adventist Academy Alumni Association, PO Box 30036. Huntsville, Alabama 35896. There's some people that still like to write checks. Some people still like to send cash, and people who like to do money orders. You can send that in monthly. We have our giving platform, which is on our website. And this is just a plug for our website. If you have not been to our website, we want to encourage you to go to our website, www.oaalumni.org, and click on Give. And you will, and the platform will pop up, and you'll be able to choose not only what amount you would like to give, but you will also be able to choose where you want your gift to go. So if you want your gift to go to the general fund to help us out with our general operations, you could do that. If you want your money to go towards scholarships, and you can click scholarships. If you want your money to go to the athletic department, the program, then you can click that. If you wanted to go to this Finish Line Fund for the Academy, that we help them out with different things and different needs that they have, you can click that, and be assured, as we said before, that wherever you designate your money, your gift, that's where it's going to go. Also, we're in the 21st century. People are cash apping. So you can also get on a monthly giving campaign where you can cash app us at $OAA alum. All right, simple as that. Excuse me. We have a new function that we haven't utilized it as of yet, but but it's called Chat to Give, where we can, if we have your cell phone information, we can just chat with you and you can give that way. And then finally, the one that I really am excited about, once we agree that this is direction we would definitely want to do that. We want to do the text to give, where we say, okay, text your gift to, and we'll have this number. So don't text this number today, because it's not set up. It's not completely set up yet. But at some point in the near future, when we set it up, you can text 1-855-575-7888 and text your donations. So you don't have to buy get an envelope. You don't have to get a money order. You don't have to write out on a check, and it'll come right to us. All right. So we want to encourage you and ask, pray about it. We need your generous gifts in order to accomplish our mission, which is in support of our school, Oakwood Adventist Academy. The second giving campaign that we want to kind of highlight in all these things, and we have talked about this for a few months, and we set some things in motion, and we just waited for us to be able to present it to you all in this fashion, and then its form. And then we're going to put it out. That's all you're gonna see this coming out every single day, every single week. There's gonna be some kind of emphasis on that. And so our second giving campaign involves a drive to 125. And the drive to 125 is pretty simple. 2021 is actually the 125th anniversary of the founding of Oakwood Adventist Academy. All right, Oakwood Adventist Academy is now in its 125th year. So as we move forward to Alumni Weekend this September, we are looking to, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we want to do this a joint endeavor with the school to celebrate the 125 years of Christian education at Oakwood Adventist Academy. And so we've come up with this campaign called the Drive to 125. And so as I was looking, as we were looking at this, we realized that there are between 65 and 70 classes. So we're talking about, and I'm kind of giving some wiggle room, because I think the earliest class that I can think of right now is 1940. But we'll say 65 to 70. We'll give that little window. So we're talking about 70, and let's take the high end. We're talking about 70 classes from 1940 until 2000. By this time, it'll be 2021. So it'll be 71. All right. So we're proposing that each class from 1940, if possible, give or take 1940 to 1945, that each class from 1940 to 2021, each class raise $1,250 in honor of the 125th anniversary of Oakwood Adventist Academy. Each class, 70 to 71 classes, raising $1,250 per class. That will give us in let's see, around I think it's $87,000, $88,000. And when we think about, and we're still kind of in deliberating as to what to do, but the majority of that money that we raise, and so the goal is, and we hope that, and our prayer is that by the time we get to September, our prayer is that the Lord will give us some relief from this COVID pandemic. Our prayer is that at some point in summertime leading into the fall, there will be some lessening of COVID-19 and all the things that go along with that, and that we would be able to meet together in person in some shape, fashion, or form. Now, mind you, even if we are able to meet this September. There are going to be some things that are changed. They're going to be different now. This is not about Alumni Weekend right now, but we're looking forward to that. And we hope that we'll be able to meet in person this Alumni Weekend. But the goal is for, as we get to Alumni Weekend, that each class will present the Alumni Association with their contribution, all right, their pledged contribution. And so we're looking to get to that point where every single class from 1940, give or take 1940 to 2021, that each class will bring whatever monies they've raised towards that $1,250 goal to Alumni Weekend. And so the majority of those funds, and we'll be hashing that out as an Alumni Association. But I envision that the majority, the bulk of those funds go towards scholarships, and then whatever's left we divvy up amongst the other funds. But that's the goal. But we'll have time to kind of flush that out and kind of talk about that. But this is the drive to 125, and so you're going to be seeing more correspondence about that, more email blasts. There's going to be a newsletter. It's going to be a specific e-newsletter that focuses on that. And I probably will come on and do some videos for posting on social media, because that's where we get a lot of our viewing. So we'll be looking at doing that in the very near future. When I say the very near future, I mean the very near future, like within days of this broadcast. We'll have the information about these giving campaigns being posted and sent out and emailed to you. But this is something that this is one of our major campaigns that we are looking. And so one of our major emphasis has been scholarships. All right. And so we're looking at scholarships because, like I said, we can't do this without your help. We're not a business. We don't generate funds like that, but we operate based on your generosity and your gifts. And so one of the high points of the Alumni Association has been scholarships. All right. And so what we've done is, and we haven't done it yet, but then if we had done it already, then we would have added this to our donation list. But this will be on a future presentation. So we have established for the 2021-2022 school year, we have established 10 $200 registration assistance scholarships. And this is about to be rolled out. We have everything that we need. We have the application. We have it's set up on our website. It's not set up yet. It hasn't been turned on yet. But once Oakwood Adventist Academy determines when registration begins, then all that information will start to come out. And so we have established 10 $200 registration scholarships that we want to assist families that are looking to provide their kids Christian education. Of course, there are going to be stipulations, and all of our correspondents will have those requirements / stipulations that are involved. And so 5 of those scholarships will be for families that are trying to pre-register their children whenever that begins. And the other 5 will be for families who are ready to register during the registration. So this is what we're looking at. Registration assistance scholarships for the 2021-2022 school year. And so in the near future, we're also looking. We're always looking forward. And so for the 2022, and it's crazy to start to say it like this, but the 2022-2023 school year, we're looking at offering not just registration assistance scholarships, but we're also looking to offer either partial or full tuition. Not for, we'll have to determine how many we have. We may have 1 or 2, maybe, at least 1 to 2 at the most, depending on funding. But that's something we want to do. All right. We want to, it may be that we may have to scale back and do a partial. We can do more partials. And then as you gift us money, then we can move further and give full tuition scholarships. So these are all things that we're dreaming these things. We're dreaming big, and we're taking the time to kind of plan, put it down on paper, and kind of plot it out to accomplish it. But this is the direction that we're going in. We have established, we've established the registration assistance scholarships. The other scholarships will come down the line as we move forward. So this is just something that we're sharing with you all. Before we get into the engagement piece, we want to shameless plug. If you notice, I'm wearing my Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association. I'm pointing to the wrong side here. T-shirt. If you have not, if you don't have an alumni T-shirt, and there are three. We have three. We have white one like this, and then we have one that's white that's has a different design on it. But we have a white one like this with this design on the front and the back. I don't know if you can see the back, but you can if you want a T-shirt. If you don't have your Alumni Association T-shirt, you can go to www.oaaalumni.org, and in the menu it'll say we have an alumni store. All right, we have an online alumni store where you can order your T-shirt. Whether you're local, whether you're out of town, if you're out of town, you can order the T-shirt, and we've done it already. We've done it this past year. We've done it. We'll ship it to you. We'll ship it to you. All right. If you're local, you can either buy it online and set up arrangements, and we'll get it to. We can either bring it to you, or we'll meet up somewhere and get it to you. You can either Cash App us and say, this is what I want. This is the size I want. This is the quantity that I want, and we'll bring it to you. But if you don't have the Alumni Association T-shirt, you might want to grab it. We have plenty of them, and we want you to have yours. And so we're looking at expanding. All right. So we're looking at expanding. So we have these big dreams, these big ideas that we're dealing with. So we want to expand our alumni. So right now we just have T-shirts, but we are looking to expand to face masks. So unfortunately, that's a reality right now. So we all have to wear face masks, and we're looking at wearing face masks for maybe this next 6 months for the next year. But we want to expand. We're looking at expanding to face masks. So you can get a National OAA Adventist Academy Alumni Association face mask. We're also looking into either sweatshirts, getting Alumni Association sweatshirts. We're looking at doing I'll say this as a joke. I had mentioned to the group that maybe we'll get Alumni Association sweaters, but then some people said, no, we don't want to be like Pine Forge. And so that, I was like, okay, I understand. So that they're distinct for having the sweater. So maybe we won't do the sweater idea, but there are other things that we want to do. So we're creating an alumni store as a way of kind of generating funds for the Alumni Association to be able to do some things on the operational side. We also want to, before I jump into the engagement portion, we also want to mention that one of my goals for the Alumni Association was for it to reacquire its tax exempt status. When the Alumni Association was first formed back in 1997, if I'm not mistaken, they were a 501c3, a tax exempt 501c3. Years later, they disbanded, no longer. So I'm pleased to announce that as of 2020, as of fall 2020, the National Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association has been incorporated with the state of Alabama. And we have, as of December 15th, we have filed an application for tax exempt status with the IRS. And we are currently waiting on a response from the IRS. And so prayerfully, we will have acquired our tax exempt status and become a 501c3 once again before the end of 2020. I know it's definitely going to be before the end of 2020. I hope that it's by summertime, but in the very near future, we will once again, the National Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association will once again be a incorporated tax exempt 501c3. And by becoming that will then open the doors for us to be able to do a lot more things on behalf of Oakwood Adventist Academy. So we're just waiting for that. So it's an exciting time to be in the Oakwood Adventist. It's exciting time to be in the Oakwood Adventist Academy community. It's an exciting time to be in the National Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association family now. All right. And so we're moving on to engagement, and I see my time is leaving. I have about 21 more minutes, and I promised that I was not going to be long. This is just giving you some information. In the near future, just FYI, in the near future, when we've mastered this technology thing better, we will be able to hopefully, if people have comments or people have questions, they can post. In actuality, if you have questions or comments, you can post your questions and comments in the chat part of Facebook or the chat part of YouTube. And even though this will be posted and we're not really doing questions and answering today, at some point in the future, we'll be set up to be able to do that. But if you do have questions or comments and you want to post them in the chat, I would say go ahead by all means, and we will respond to that question or response. And so one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to engage. And so we had some very big plans. We had this program called Alumni Association on the Road, that kind of thing. And so what we had planned to do was a couple of us would literally travel to certain parts of the country where we know there is a large number of Oakwood Adventist academies. We were looking at Atlanta, we were looking at the DMV, we were looking at Cali, we were looking at Central Florida, and then COVID hit. All right, so that kind of shut that whole Oakwood Adventist Academy alumni on the road idea down. And so we want to come the goal was to come to these areas and meet you all and kind of talk to you all in person. But COVID changed that. But then the thing about one of the benefits in COVID, one of the few benefits of COVID was that it changed how we did it, how we communicate. So we may not be able to communicate in person, but now we're able to do it virtually. And so we created this monthly town hall meeting where we will meet and share with you updates every single month. Now, there might be a month or two where there might be a on that Sunday or something else, and we may do pre-recorded and then post it. But we want to come on live and share with you what's going on with the Alumni Association. And so we have here, we'll meet our monthly town halls on every fourth Sunday. And so we start today, the 24th, and so February, March, April, and then we'll start posting the other dates. So every fourth Sunday. Now, if something's going on, then generally what we'll try to do is we'll try to record the update in advance, and then it'll just play automatically on YouTube and on Facebook. But for the most part, we're going to try our best as much as we can to do it live. And so also in the near future, like I said, once we kind of get a feel for all this technology, we'll start bringing in some of the other officers into the updates. So this particular one, it was just me just giving some general information. And then in the future, we'll bring in one or two of our officers or alumni reps to kind of talk, trying to share information with you. So the goal is every particular committee would be providing updates to you all and that kind of thing. All right. For other additional opportunities for us to engage, class meetings, if any classes out there have regular, and there are some that I know of that have regular meetings where they get together, and you would like me or you would like any of the other officers to actually come to your meeting, of course, virtually, and talk to your specific classes about the Oakwood Adventist Academy, the National Oakwood Adventist Academy Alumni Association, then just let me know. And I am, if I can, and definitely will be, if I can and I'm able, I would love to meet with you and your class, or you and your class. So if you do meet regularly as a class, listen, contact me through Facebook. You can contact me at the my email address, or however, and just link up and say, hey, we would like you to come and kind of talk about this particular giving campaign that you're talking about, the drive to 125. I'll be happy, or one of my other officers will be happy to do so. And this is just another way to engage, so we can talk face to face. It's one thing to post things on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these different things, but it's another thing to actually be able to talk to you. All right. So we're open for that. We're available for that. I'm available. Hopefully some of my other officers will be available for that. If you are interested in, serving with the board of directors as an alumni representative, we do have opportunities. As of now, we have 4 opportunities. And if you're interested in serving specifically for the 2024 term, which starts in September, just let us know and we'll get in contact with you and we'll move from there. One of the things that has made this a lot easier is the fact that even if you live outside of the Huntsville, North Alabama area, you can still serve and you can still participate, and we can do it just like we're doing it here via the internet. All right, we do it virtually. So just because you live somewhere else, you live outside of this immediate area, doesn't mean that you can't participate and you can't serve. You can. And we're excited. And if you're interested, and if you know someone that would be interested in serving on the board of directors as alumni rep, then let us know, or let us know, reach out to us, and we'll get back with you about that information. And also, a third way you can become involved or be more engaged with the Alumni Association is by volunteering. All right, we have 5 committees, and even if you're not an officer, even if you're not an alumni rep, but you are interested in serving on one of our 5 committees, and if you go to our website, you can see we have our committees listed. We have a finance committee, we have a membership committee, we have Constitution and Bylaws committee, we have, and it slips my mind at this point, but we have 5 committees that you can work on. All right, you don't want to run for office, you don't want to be an officer, you don't want to be an alumni rep, but you want to contribute and volunteer to be a part of these. We have a communications committee. There we go. You still can be a part of that. All right, and the same thing, this applies, the same thing as alumni rep applies here. Even if you live out of the Huntsville, Madison County, North Alabama area, you still can participate. You can still volunteer. Look at what the committees are, which one you'd be interested in, and let us know. And these particular volunteer committee opportunities will all start for the 2021-2024 term, and that begins in September. But in the time that's leading up to that, reach out to us and let us know, and we'll work with you to get you involved. All right, what's coming up now? What's coming up talking about engagement? We're coming up on elections. Now, we were scheduled to have elections this past September, but because of COVID, it kind of threw a lot of different things off. And so what we did was we voted to postpone the elections until the spring. And so now it is spring. And so we're announcing that we're having elections for the 2021 to 2024 term. All right, all positions are open. All right, all 7 positions are open. The caveat, though, is that the position of president and the position of treasurer, they must be local. So if you're interested in running for any of these, we would like you to consider, if you're interested in running for any of these positions, we will be sending out communications about that very soon. All right, all positions are open. Only the president and treasurer's positions must be local. So you must be in the Huntsville, Madison County, North Alabama area to serve as president and or treasurer. All right, and this is a 3-year term. We voted in 2019 to change the term from a 2-year term to a 3-year term, and we did that so that when we have elections and we have people who are new people who might be coming on board, that we can bring them on, and so they would have a full year of getting acclimated to what it is they're going to be doing. And so the process, and we'll be spelling the process out. We're going to be posting the officer nominations, and then we'll be accepting nominations for the first 2 weeks of March. And then we'll post candidate name, bios, pics on the website, in a special edition of the newsletter and on social media. And then we'll be doing that for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks to nominate, 2 weeks to market, and then we'll start sending, we'll be sending electronic ballots out to all registered alumni. And I think we have about 500 and something email addresses for alumni. So if you don't believe that matter of fact, if you go to our website and click on member, we want you to update your membership information. We want everyone to update your membership information. Go there and we'll add your name to the email list. And so we'll send electric ballots. So everyone, we have an email address, we'll send you electronic ballot between April 1 and April 15th. So our elections will be held between April 1st and April 15th. And once we've identified those individuals, that the winners of the elections, and they will start initiating them into the Alumni Association and bring them on, and so that on Alumni Weekend at the constituency meeting in September 2021, those individuals will begin service. So if you're serving now and you want to continue to serve, definitely, and if you're interested in serving, definitely also reach out to us. That brings us our next town hall meeting will be February the 28th, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, same time. We will do pretty much the same thing. Whatever updates we have from now until February 28th, we'll bring you up to speed. And then if there's any other, for example, we'll highlight the election info again. We'll talk about our giving campaign again. But by the time we get there, we would have hit the ground running in terms of marketing for our giving campaigns. And so again, we want to thank each of you all for taking the time out to view our live presentation here. It will be posted on YouTube and on Facebook. And we ask that you share it with any of your friends and family, any members of our alumni friends and family. Share it so that other people will be able to see what's going on with the Alumni Association. Again, we pray for your health and for your safety. And until we see each other again, have a great rest of the week. Goodbye.